Welcome back to Adobe InDesign Chapter 4, Working with Frames. We're going to complete the second part, which is page 449 to 449 to 453 of your book. So let's get started. So on page 449 of your book, it says Open Up 4.7. So let's go ahead and click that. You can see it's down here, and we'll hit Open. And let's click on InDesign. We're not going to worry about updating the links. And this is what our document looks like so far. We're going to go ahead and save that as AutoFlow. File, Save As. Navigate to either your H drive or your Google Drive. So you can see here I have it saved as AutoFlow, Chapter 4, Adobe InDesign, my book lessons. And there we go. Okay, so look at each page of the document. You can use your mouse tool and just scroll down, and you can see that there's 4 full pages in all. We can also go to our Pages panel and open that up, and you can see we actually have a page 1 up here at the top as well. So click on your selection tool, double click the page 1 icon in the Pages panel. Click File in the menu bar, and it's going to have us place our windmill text. Before we do that, we need to go back over to Canvas, and then click on Windmill Text Doc. So it downloads. You can see here it's downloaded. So go back to Adobe InDesign, and then we're going to go back to File, and then Place. Now we navigate over to our Downloads folder, and we'll try and find where Windmill Text is. It's right here. So double click the Windmill Text. You can see our loaded icon. And then drag the text frame in the position shown in 87. So we're going to click right here at the bottom and drag down to here and let go. So this little red box indicates the out port, meaning that there's more text that can be loaded. So click the out port of the text frame, and then position the loaded text over the right column of the page, and then press and hold Alt so that the pointer changes to a semi-AutoFlow loaded icon. And then still, while you're pressing Alt, you're going to click the top left corner of the right column so that the new text frame is created, and then just click, and it automatically loaded it up. Okay, so double click the page 2 icon, turning the page to page 450. Then click the top left corner of the page column. Whoops. And then a new text frame is created. Click the out port of the new text frame on page 2. Press and hold Shift and note the change in the loaded text icon. Then click the top left corner of the second column. Because you are pressing Shift, and InDesign created text frames within the column guides on all the subsequent pages. InDesign has added new pages of the document to accommodate the AutoFlow. So you can see we have several new pages down here. Double click the page 4 icon on the Pages panel, and then create a horizontal guide that's 5.875 inches. So we're going to click in our rulers and drag down just a little bit, And I'm going to highlight this so we can get exact measurements. And we're going to type 5.875 and hit enter. Okay, so click the left text frame to select it and drag the bottom middle handle of the text frame's bounding box up until it snaps to the new guide. Then do the same thing for the right text frame. Okay, so you're probably going to need to select your text frame first, and then we're going to click this and drag up to our new guide that we just created and let go. Same thing here, click, and then drag up to our new guide. Okay, double click the numbers 2, 3 on the Pages panel to center the spread in the document window. Click View on the menu bar. Point to Extras. Click Show Text Threads. Then click the right text frame on page 2. Okay, so you can see the thread right here. Number 4, on page 451, with the right frame on page 2 still selected, press delete. So that's still selected. We're going to go ahead and hit delete. Then click the text frame remaining on page 2. As shown in figure 90 of your book, the text is reflowed from the first. So you can see how it's reflowed from here over to here. Press Ctrl D to navigate to the drive and folder where your data files are stored, and then double click to Windmill PSD. So actually what we need to do first is go over to our Canvas, and we need to download to Windmill PSD right here. And there it's downloaded. So we're going to go back to Adobe InDesign. And then we're going to hit Ctrl D and find the to Windmill PSD, which is right here, and double click it. So we have a loaded text icon. Click the top left corner of the right column on page 2. Create a horizontal guide that's 5.375 inches. So I'm going to select that guide right here in the Y value. I'm going to type 5.375 and hit enter. So now we're going to go back and click this text frame and click the Output section. Then click the intersection between the guide you created and the left edge of the right column beneath the graphic. As shown in figure 91, the text is now threaded through the frame. Okay, moving on. We are on page 452. It says double click the page 5 icon on the Pages panel, then delete the 2 text frames on page 5. So you're going to click, hit delete, click, hit delete. Press Ctrl D and then navigate to the drive where your data files are stored, and then double click the sidebar copy. So we're going to go first, before we do that, we're going to go back to Canvas and find sidebar copy. Okay, so it's downloaded. Then we're going to go back to InDesign and then press Ctrl D. Find where we downloaded sidebar copy. There it is. Double click it. We have a loaded text icon. Drag the loaded text icon to create a text frame as shown in figure 92. So it goes all the way across right here. Click Object on the menu bar. Click Text Frame Options. Change the number of columns to 3. And then hit OK. Click your Type tool. Then click to place a pointer before the W in windmill. We need to find windmill speed, so it would be the second one. Click Type on the menu bar. Point to Insert Break Character. Then click Column Break. Click before the W in windmill productivity headline. Click Type on the menu bar. Point to Insert Break Character. And then click, once again, Column Break. There we go. Your page should resemble figure 93 of your book. This is it. We're on the last page of chapter 4. Double-click the page 4 icon in the Pages panel, then create a horizontal guide at 5 inches. So just drag down, and then we can make sure, I'm going to click on the Selection tool and click on that horizontal guide that we just created. Double-click here, type 5 and enter. Click your Selection tool. Click the text frame in the right column and drag the bottom middle bounding box handle up until it snaps to the 5-inch guide. Right there. Okay. Click your Type tool. Then create a text frame between the two guides. Two new guides. So what I'm going to do on mine is I'm going to start down here and go up. Okay. The edges of the two text frames should overlap slightly at the guide, which is critical in order for the page continuation. And then you can click Object on the menu bar. Click Text Frame Options. Change the vertical justification to center. And hit OK. Click your Type tool. Click inside the text box. Type continued on page X in a bracket. Okay. Click anywhere within this area. Just click on this text in here. Show the paragraph styles. Then click the styles named Continued. select the X, click Type on the menu bar, point to Insert Special Character, point to Markers, then Next Page Number. Click your Selection tool, click the text frame above Continued, then the flow then follow the text thread to verify that the text does indeed continue to page 6. So it comes over here, we're going to scroll down, and then it continues over here to page 6. You can see that that is page 6. Here's our page number. We're going to save our work, and then make sure that when I come over and grade, I'm going to need to see your Pages panel, and then I'll just ask you to double click on page 1, and then 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, and then 8 and 9. Save your work, and you're finished with chapter 4.